Well, hello everyone. This is comrade-Sirius and this is burning. You know, construction office that should do something, but instead they are having a big barbecue. Well, anyway, the barbecue has been stopped and we can start doing some things. We had a little issues with sewage in Radotin, but then I came here back and we are having a lot of money, so it means we probably should start doing something. And one of those things that should start doing something, you can wait, is, start supplying this thing so we can actually manufacture or start manufacturing some things. What does it need? It needs steel. Steel is supplied with this distribution office, and it's doing quite the amount. We are close to have been able to have, at least a little locomotive or something, but we are not having a logo at the moment. And there are no trains, available at our customs. So that means we cannot buy more. However, we are manufacturing wagons, and if we take a look at them, they should be standing here, but they are not. And they are not here because they are down at this office. They are at this office for one simple reason. I wasn't able to set this rail distribution office as a, target building. I will try it now. Hopefully it will work. And I did close something else. Okay. So it will be very easy. You will go here. Now it can be done. You will unload, well, not cars, but maybe, rail vehicles. And then you will go to this train factory. You will load them. And I would like to look at cargo wagons. And, total capacity, well, we'll just find it. Yeah, these Stuttgarts, that's what we are manufacturing. So you will wait until loaded, Stuttgart, and you can go. And it can probably be something like an eternal loop, because we have quite a lot of them. And they are able to transport 8 at the moment, so you know what? Let's do some more before we decide to have it anyway else. Also, I was looking about a motor wagon. We are now technically capable of buying this motor wagon, which is something I will do in the future. But for now, I would like to have, and yeah, this is the same problem that we had before. How much money? How much meat do you have? Nothing. Okay, go to the hotel. We are having 2 buses, but they are absolutely unable to keep with supplies. So, let's buy them a third one, for, what is the biggest capacity? 3.3? Yeah, the buses are in fact the best ones, so, let's do it. Let's let them. That's the correct sentence, probably. And, well, now about supplies. These guys have 14 tasks. One of them is obviously customs house. Which will be replaced in, I would say, near future, at least partly with the containering station, but now it is as it is. So, what they do? They supply covered storage for the city with food, electronics, and alcohol. That is the first one. Because clothing is distributed here by a train line, so I do not need to have it fixed. And also food and alcohol is transported here via a direct line, if I believe. We might do a little, adventure. Yeah. It's a 1 truck, it's 1 Tatra, and it's go there. Yeah, it just wait until unloaded. Can we scrap this one and let the distribution office do it? I think not, because it basically it's the 1 truck that waits here forever. So that's not a problem. At least it feels like it's not a problem. And also we have a food truck that's coming here over and over again. It almost feels like we should do alcohol in a different storage. It could be this one. Because this storage then would be able to have, you know... Yeah. It would be able to have wait until unloaded as well. Okay. We will not need that many, you know, construction parts. But we are going to have alcohol. Probably not that much, right? Fine. So this one will not have alcohol supplied. So no alcohol here. I will write alcohol to this one so I know. And yeah, that's about it. Let me know when it runs out. Yes, sure. And you know, well, down here as well. And this truck will come from the brewery and will go instead to the storage, and there it will wait until unloaded. You can go there, and there we go. Very simple, very effective. Yes, these guys take beer from brewery, and then they should have this second storage, and I don't know why they do not have it. Yeah, that's this one. So you go up, come in, and yep, they will get alcohol as well in the mix. So this is basically electronics and stuff. It used to be like this because all, you know, city distribution offices, well, all means these two, they came here and they were loading their stuff, and these guys will also, you know, go for alcohol down here. That's not a problem, and same will happen for these guys. Yeah, you can load alcohol here as well. Fixed. All supplies are fixed. Hopefully, I don't think we have dedicated lines for alcohol here. No, it's only for food. That's fine. I have to say, I really like this game because it lets you control stuff like this. It's amazing. Well, so it takes beer. It takes clothing from Raccoon Tex and unloads fabric, which is, you know, this thing. Which reminds me, do we have, or could we have, instead a dedicated truck that does this thing? Because we absolutely could. Shouldn't be any problem. Yeah, this is just a distribution office truck. And I mean, we have money, so... Yeah, these guys are buying electronics, these guys are exporting fabric as well, so... you know what? Let's help them. Distribution offices, by their nature, are here to help you with stuff. Yeah, this one is bigger. Green one. The white one was great. Give it. Yeah, white one. That's this one. Right. You do have it. Move faster. Okay. We probably have a problem with Radotin because two trains collided. Oh, it's more trains collided. Okay. Move out. Move out. Not this one. This one. Yeah. Now we're talking. Okay. And we are there. Let's go back to our mass, and that's what we'll do. Yeah. It's on the way. So you, my friend, will have a very simple task. There are fabric here. No. Bypass them. we have the highway, so you will go here, you will load fabric, wait until loaded, and you will go to the storage, not the, well, you can technically go to the factory, which reminds me, we do not have anyone going there, so you will go to the textile plant because it's connected, and you will unload fabric. And you will wait until unloaded there. So, there we are. Loading factory, supplied, and it will help these guys to not need do some stupid things. So, there they have, yeah, they will supply with fabric if need be. They also can buy fabric, well, they can't, so that's fine. Yeah, and they are picking up clothing to distribute and export if need be. By nature, customs house are always the last resort. So that's what they will do. Then there is the Elko. Yeah, there we were, sorry. Repair station, they are delivering only steel because that's what is needed. If you would mind, is this one. And it's running quite full. What are we missing? Electrocom? We have everything. Oh, it's not. It has no service vehicle yet assigned. Okay, that's fine. So they are going there. Then is, you know, the steel. The steel storage. I think we can increase this to like 50% right now. So it can actually, you know, build more supplies if need be. You are unloading this one if need be with brakes, which is, you know, usually much better because we are picking up from here. That's not a problem. Bakery, picking up food. That's easy. That, you know, that's this station. Textile mill, that's the covered KS, like Kriti Sklad, so covered storage. Picking up fabric, that's where they pick this up. And they also unload chemicals, which they pick up from customs. That's fine. Just a little idea. We have set up a truck that picks fabric from here. And yeah, that would make sense. Fabric from here. And also is going basically all the way from customs. You know what? Let's assign you. Where would you be? Do I want to search for you? I know it's white. I don't want to. Okay, it's the only line that goes here. So you do not need to name your lines. You just need to organize them a little better. So now we will go here to customs house. After unloading, you know, you will load chemicals. How much? What is the ratio, by the way? What is the ratio of these mills? They need 0.5 tons of chemicals for every 5 tons of, you know, 5 tons of fabric produced. We have 3 textile mills, so that's, so the one that we are supplying eats something like, you know, 1/3 of this. But we have also, you know, two production ones, and we are exporting fabric, so that's, you know, but let's say not 3 times but 4 times, because the capacity is like that. So we are going to produce 5 tons of fabric, and well, 10 tons in fabric total for, you know, for some fabric consumed, but the thing consumes only 2.2 tons, so that's not a great idea. So for every 2.2 tons this thing consumes, the fabric factories need, yeah, it doesn't matter, fuck it. It's basically tenfold, and it's 2 times, so like, let's say a quarter. So some like 1.5 ton. Okay, let's say 40%. Maybe, you know, 35. Effort, I don't know. It's effort. Emacs can come and, you know, finish the supplying as well, but we will have it load, and there you will wait until unloaded of those chemicals. Let's, you know, not overcomplicate it. So that's there, yes, the Emacs will fill it to, will keep it at 50%, so that's fine. Then again, another vehicle repair station, which is this one next to the rails, which makes perfect sense. 30% is enough, maybe 40 will in future be better, so we can keep it because it repairs trains, and it does so quite regularly, so that's fine. And then we are coming to Stříškov, which is the area up the hill. Stříškov, in fact, has its own Emacs, which is what we, you know, found out with the chemicals and why it wasn't working so great. These guys are supplying all of this up to 10% if need be, and they are meant as a backup. These guys should absolutely help in terms of, you know, filling it to much higher standard. So that's what we'll do. Now, these guys have only 2 covered trucks. But they are both sitting here, so they are fine. Well, what are your sources? You have Celnice, which is a customs house. And you are also having, yeah, this is construction material, so put it here. Those are source buildings, so let's put them above. At customs, you are picking chemicals. Why only chemicals when you need a lot more stuff? It doesn't make sense, so you can actually do, you know, all of these things as well, and plastics. Because you are going to unload these things into our storage. 40% is fine. We can also divide it, and that's what I will do right now. Because I will add the storage as well as the station. Why? It's a very simple yet effective trick. If you need to supply 2 different rates into one storage, this is how you do it. So we say, let's say to the cargo station, let's do, you know, 40 of all these, like, you know, alcohol, food, and so on, which are basically those that need a little higher throughput. This one probably might not be it, but let's do clothing as well, right? If it would need to be, 40% is probably enough. Now we'll add them, these guys, which probably will be the one. I will tell them to, you know, no, alcohol, food, and even electronics might need to be, you know, to a higher percentage. Let's say like 50. Maybe even 60. Chemicals can be as well, because they are very volatile. But then we need other stuff, which are, you know, mechanical, electronical components. And they do not need to be at 60%, they need to be at 30%. So those will be these components. Plastics as well. And probably even fabric. We do not need that many filling. Too much filling of those. It's good to have, you know, all of those ticked in. We can absolutely add these things as well, but these guys will always have a higher priority. This is just a summary. And if you once you have 49 tasks, you're perfect. That's okay. These guys serves as a backup. That's fine. We will let them. This made sure that these guys should not come here, should not need to come here very often. Also, these guys are supplying, and we will take a look at how they treat it. But well, let's do it. The IMEX from Vysočany, the lower one, the bottom one. Hope you didn't get lost. Also have 2 extra stuff, and that means he can pick up steel from the recycling plant as long as it has at least 10% of steel, which is not a thing that is now true, but there used to be. And then there are, you know, these free stuff from this plant, which you can see they can come again 10%, so they are not going for every little bit that we have, but they can do it. And I will add them 1 more task. Well, to be fair, 2 of these. Well, it's gonna be this one. We have vehicle manufacturing plant. If you take a look what any license consists, if you look at about V3S, you see the bottom lines. It's 5 tons of steel and sub 1 tons of everything. You know, electro components and fabric are very, very, very low. So those are things we absolutely do not need. We need a lot of steel, which has separate storage, and a lot more mechanical components than everything else. If you look at something like a Skoda, you can see it more clearly. So fabric goes very, very low, and then mechanical components go as well very, very high. I don't know how it's with plastics. Yeah, plastics are more important, and yet they still prevail. So we'll do something like these electro components are also not that important, so we tune this down. Although these things have each different ratio, so it's not great, but hey, we're fine. So these guys will supply, and I think I will tell them this. Well, okay, like this, so it's at least, you know, a full vehicle. You can come here and basically do 20% of everything. That's all I can do. That's very easy. Do this. Because why not? So they can start supplying, and we will be able to, you know, start manufacturing stuff. And before we get to this, because they will still need to supply it, we'll get up here to IMEX Jablitze. These guys then need to have a way to collect all of this stuff. Let's check it out. Alcohol we do have. Food we have, and they are coming to, you know, the covered storage of the city, at least as long as there is at least 10% filling. It's not great. I think they should be able to come here. Or here, it doesn't matter. Well, this one is probably better because... Yeah, no, the storage will be better. And I don't know, do we have it connected? No, we don't. So, you know what? You can come and just go to here as well. And I will just move it upstairs so it's right next to it. So that's food. No, 2 sources of food. Hopefully one will work. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Because that's the spec is Pekarna, so we know. Coal, then they do coal deliveries because that's, you know, all of them. So coal all around. Storage, the bricks, they are picking bricks from here, so I will just load it. Prefabs, they are going to Panelarna, so they are fine. And then there are the last heating plant, which now they do. That's also fine. By the way, this thing does not have electricity. That's quite funny and bad at the same time. So let's start doing, and then we will talk about what you see here. I promised that I will do it. Okay. You know what? Let's do it right away. What this thing needs, I don't know. But let's give it a wire. Do we have some wire that goes at least in that general direction? It's probably this one. So we can, but we can only follow it up to this area, and then we will need to have our own separate track. Yeah. The funny part is, electric wires cannot go under roads, so that's quite limiting. But small wires do not destroy trees, or they do. They probably do. Okay, that's fine. We can survive. Okay, and this is a new reconstruction office. We made it working. And they should have these two vehicles, which we were storing. So you guys can go, because that's our old bulldozer and the excavator. So have fun, guys, and well, see you in your new workplace. Some people are not happy up here. Why? It's just a residual state. Okay, that's fine. And this was a construction office. Okay, so we now have one more. And we can also replant some bushes if need be. No problem at all. So that's where we are. Although these houses are getting... They will be finished quite soon, it seems. So that's fine. Can we just, I will just let two people in. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. What are you waiting for? Unfinished footpath. Oh, this one. Nice. Good. By the way, we probably should construct... Oh, what is it? Yeah, power station. Substation. Yeah, that's the word! You are winning. I think we'll wait a little. We need those houses first. Okay, now to, get you on the line, what has happened here. Yeah, I will look at this at latest. We started constructing a secondary road. It's gonna be prefab road right away. And it's going all the way to the border because we'll have a custom electro export. Because we need to get some dollars, and this is probably the easiest part. But we are not having a usual power plant. We are going to generate a lot of power from wind. Because we can. And what is all this? Let's start from the centerpiece. This is priority switch, and it goes to customs or to our republic. Now, problem with electricity, and keep this in mind, problem with electricity is that it goes and it prefers to go the shortest path. What do I mean? The shortest path is that it counts nodes. And if you would count, for example, this switch that will have a connection to our priority one, it's basically one jump from a source, because priority switches act like sources in this logic. So don't get confused. So this one will act like a source, and it's one legged connection, one node connection. So, and these guys prefer the normal basic vanilla ones, prefer the shortest connection, or a connection that is only one node longer. This logic also takes into account only sources that are working, but, and that's a big but, as long as that source is working, they will not accept any path that is more than one node longer. More than one means that if this is one, then if I would have you know, a power plant right here connected to one switch, and then another one that would be two distances, 2 nodes length, the power plant would be fine. But if it would be somewhere else, or for example we have you know, this switch, then we have it's connected to this one, that's one step away as well. This thing is connected to this switch, so that's a second step, and then you have the foreign power connection for USD, for rubles, and that's the thing that connects it. Those are 3. That one would be 1. So as long as single windmill would be turning, it would not accept any power from here, which would obviously be quite a disaster. So to mitigate this, I added 2 nodes, and R is for, you know, resistor. So I added these 2 in the line as well. They are all connected via, I don't know, this is the green one, so probably this is the middle one. No, this one, 5 megawatts, because that feels like it's enough. Because for Jablitze, it just consumed 2.5 now in the, well, can step up, but we definitely don't go over 5. So they will help, but they will not overwhelm. And, you know, as long as it's ±1, which this will be, you know, 3 and 3. But if I would have only one of these, it would be still working. There's no priority. It just tries to share equally if possible. So yeah, the if possible part is obviously quite important. And then it's only about capacity. A single small windmill can produce 15 megawatt hours of power per workday. Per workday means that the workday up here takes 60 seconds. Every second counts as 1 hour. So yeah, day in this game has 60 hours, which you can easily take a look at with this coal power plant, because it produces 600 megawatt hours of power per day, and the circuit breaker is exactly 10 megawatts. So you need 10 megawatt wire for transporting these, so it's 60 times less. If you ever wondered how this works, this is the way. And yeah, you can thank me in comments. It would be fine to have comments at least under some videos, like more than one or two, which I usually get. Back to business. So basically 4 of these small produces 1 megawatt of power. At most. At most means that the wind speed would need to be... They start producing at 5 meters per second wind, and that their top speed is like 25 meters per second wind, which is not very often, but it's good to count. It's good, you know, to count for it. I can leave the wind, so you can, while we are playing and while I'm talking, so you can watch it and you can see how often it will go up or not. But if 4 of these can produce 1 megawatt, the biggest underground wire we have is almost 2 megawatts. Yes, you can have these which are 2.35, but I usually use underground because it's quite a mess above ground anyways. So let's say that this one is close to 2 megawatts, and it can therefore, you know, have 4 towers connected, which is exactly what we have, like 8, because, you know, 4 towers are 1, 4 small ones, which we have, and there it is. The big one has bigger production, but tops up at 35 megawatt meters per second, which is, you know, not happen very often. You can see the wind up there, right? Probably you all can. So that's where we are. Although we did have a little problem with police station, probably. It may be maybe able to sort all of this. I will just throw this one out for now. What the other police station? Yeah, they're kind of overburdened a little bit, but it goes down. We were at 100% because we didn't have a water, so now we have, and it should go down. Back to wires. I then use the blue wires to connect these guys to another, small switch. And from that small switch, I use the biggest one, 185, to a transformer. If I would use 6 1.85 meters, we then need a big 12 megawatts, which is, again, the red one is the most powerful one. So that goes through here, and that means this transformer can feed 12 megawatts up to this. I was thinking about adding this thing here, but it apparently is not needed because it would be, in theory, almost 36 megawatts, and that's something we cannot export anyways. Also, I have it connected to the city, so I can do priorities as I wish. We didn't start constructing this. There are 2 gates because I generally gate these things, but well, now you know. Now you know, now you see. We can connect this from the other side, if you would like to. By the way, there is a fire station, and I did add a small fire station to these guys because this thing will need coverage, and hopefully, the fastest way possible. And we are going to have these guys connected as well. So hopefully that those things will not burn down very often. They probably will burn down a few times anyways, because they like to do so. And well, now it's pretty simple. I will repeat the pattern. So we have a free area up on the hill. I'm also thinking about, making it a little symmetrical, which we can actually do. So this one will be for windmills. And to be fair, I can probably connect them right behind it. Because that feels logical. Okay, so let's have it here. We can have another 4 power plants because they do not take that much space. And I can even respect the distance I did keep. So that's 1, 2, 3, and one rotated. No, we'll just have it this way. So those are other windmills. Yes, it apparently snaps. Wow, the road snaps to the grid. Who would have guessed? Like, I completely should have guessed it, but well, it did not happen. So yeah, that's where we are. We can absolutely grid this. Do I really want to keep it? Okay. This one will burn down. I know. So that's those are another 4. And for these guys, this guy, we can easily make another one behind it. So let's do it like this. We can probably make it aligned a little bit more. Just destroy it and connect it. Probably the easiest part. And that's what we'll do. And we are having more space on this side, so I will add a small one, big one, another big one, and then there will be, windmills, and there will be one more, for the other side. Why? You will see. It will be pretty simple. So now we can have this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are for this one. This guy. They usually stand so they do not block each other's wind. So I will kind of respect it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are for one of these. And then there will be another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you need to connect this. Is it a mess? It's not. Oh, it may feel like it, but it's not. Okay. Big wires need to go to our switches. So that's what we have this for. Go down, connect, follow. That's the second one. Then you need, and you know, let's do this one right away. Not a problem. So down here, all the way down here, and yep, just cross. That's where we are, and now we will go. Now we'll go under. Yeah, we'll go like this. Yeah, that's fine. Wires do not cost that much. Those are red wires. Now blue wires, which will connect a switch to another switch with, you know, 4 windmills attached. So to our switch, to this one are these two. These guys are connected to these two, right? Simple. And now the smallest ones, because you definitely do not need anything bigger. And that's what will happen here. 1. We'll do these 4. F4. F4 will be better for, you know, crossing. So that's 1. We can go above, okay. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, and then this guy, like a little outlier. Can we just, you know, take it out? Somehow we can. Cool, we are there. Those are 4, then we need these 4 to this one. It's pretty simple, so again, we'll go up a little. Okay, interesting choice, but I do not mind. You cannot do this in any, you know, meaningful and beautiful way. I remember there are mods on Workshop for this. They are called like a windmill organizer or something like that. It's not needed. We can do it with vanilla buildings, right? That's what we have. These guys are, you know, much easier because they are. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3, and you know what? We can just copy the path. Maybe. And down here, those are those, and now we start from this side. 1, 2. Always go down at least 1, because otherwise it will create problems with, you know, roads and such. You're too close? Yeah, that's not great. Okay, F4 again. Just follow your brother. Well, it doesn't work anyway, so that's where we are. And then, yeah, we need these 4 connected. Okay. Fuck off. I have no idea why it sometimes, you know, can go around and sometimes not. It feels off no matter the way it goes. I would like some consistency, but that's probably not what's gonna happen here. So yeah, who am I to judge? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and that's it. This one is not connected. You can see it right away. So go in. So all marks are covered. Yeah. Let's build it. Now obviously it could utilize some roads. And I'm okay. And I will absolutely connect this wind park to our utility road up here. And that's what we'll have. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way here. This thing will probably... Well, I wanted to say it will end here, but that's not technically true, because it will absolutely not. We will connect it to our fields. These guys will need some connection points. Apparently so. So let's do it at least like this. We can pair them. That's fine. So that's what I will do. This one is a standalone. Fine. We have it. Is it insane? Might be. And by the way, we still not have... For now, we have only a half the capacity that we can utilize. We can do things like this, like all around, even, you know, on this side, which I may do, but it wouldn't be too fun to watch, so I will probably, you know, resort for not doing it right now. But you might expect it later on. Now, this one is not great. Can we just connect them? Can we just connect them all in one big node? Yeah, something like this, exactly, and then I will just, you know, drag the road up here. Which I will do now anyways, because that's what's needed, apparently. And, you know, we at least want to start on this wire. It's not connected in one go. Join? Nope. Okay, stop constructing. 9. Now it's connected. Yeah, now it is. Fine. So, that's what we are going to start with. Is it absolutely insane? Yeah, probably is. We will add more to this once we'll find out if it's working or not. And we will start with, you know, a first block. I know that this is not a nuclear power plant, but wait, still. No, I wanted 1, right? Yeah, I wanted 1. So that means these windmills. This is the, you know, core part, the first one. That's what we'll have. And yeah, workers are finishing this part, so it will be really nice if they will, you know, make it happen. Now they are going home. Fine. Too many criminals. Not great. I understand. How is the police station going on? Not well as well. Well, they are able to go through some of these cases, but it's definitely not enough. Will I really need to replace these with, you know, one bigger police station? Do we even have one bigger one? Small police stations. We can have the big one for 40. We wouldn't need the palace. We would have How much these things eat anyway? It's like 8 and 8, that's 16. These guys are another 16 and they are not managing, so we would need at least, you know, one more. And I think that building with 20 of each would help. At least it feels like it, so... Do I want to build police palace here? It would fit. Maybe. Would it? I don't know. Maybe not. Not possible due to infrastructure. Okay. I'll think about it because it's something I would really like to have. We can have it here though. Could be awesome. And that thing probably should be able to just connect to what we need here. Okay. They are able to do it this way. Can we just rotate it and have it? I think it's done then, because it would be okay. How far you can you walk? Quite far. Ooh, we are missing gravel in Vysočany. That's interesting. Thinking of just, you know, how I just edit all those wires right now. They will not like me. Okay, we'll do it. We will replace these small police stations with one big one. And you know what? For free, because we have our guys as well. So that's what we'll get. But to be fair, this thing will not cost that that many gravel. So there's that, and yay! They have finished this demolition. That's fine, because that's something we will absolutely want to have. You know, let's do for free, because well, Vysočany, well, you know, we can add both of these. This thing probably, you know what, let's use workers from Vysočany, because they might be able to arrive. And we will need to use a lot more trucks. And, you know, you guys are still in operation, right? Go. Like, you know, this is a high priority at least, and this one probably too. Just, you know, finish that shit, but, well, this thing is okay. They will be able to just, you know, do it in no time. But we will need to invite trucks, so it will be fine. Or, well, speaking of inviting trucks, we have 173,000. We have a factory supplied. Do you think what I think? Because I hope so. Our train is going full a lot of time. These guys are not needed in high counts here anyway. They are not assigned where they should go. Can we actually buy those Tatras? Because that's the thing I wanted. Tatra covered. Yeah, I know it's only 8 tons, but you know what? Let's take a look. If we take a look at covered hulls, no workshop. Yak goes, that has 10 tons, goes 35. Nope. This thing goes 10, carries 10, and is 60, so it's fine. This thing can go 62, it carries only 8.2. The logical way would be doing the mass 200V, because if we take a look at the family 200V, those are biggest, you know, open hulls. And also biggest covered hulls. And now the biggest cement cistern. Which is fine. But I am a patriot. My name is Sirius Czech. And as you can see, that's quite a big family of vehicles. And if I'm not mistaken, and that's very important, if I'm not mistaken, when you would buy some of these vehicles, well, this is quite expensive. The rest of those licenses will get much cheaper. And I'm willing to try. So everything is above 100,000, 130 snowplow to 100,000 excavator. Let's check it out. Should I? I should save. So saving, and yeah, see? It's magnificent. I'm not buying other licenses right now. But we are definitely opening a few work slots. And are ordering, well, not them. Like, oh, this. Fuck you. Okay. Let's do, you know, you don't need to stop after the last thing, but so let's do a queue of 20 right now, and we can absolutely make them a little bit random, because you don't know, and that's what we'll do. That's where we are, and I would really love to have another train on this line right now and expand our tracks. And yeah, we are exporting clothing. That's why we have so much money. That's fine. Can we? Are we having some? Just tram. Not good enough. Refrigerator feels fine. Logger, okay. To be fair, nothing too special. So that's where we are. And our next step is the license for the motor wagon, which is, speaking of, you know, movie language, coming soon. So that's where we are. That's what we are going to do. And hopefully we'll have a lot of stuff to do. And by the way, this courthouse is probably, this one is not overloaded at all. They can process things very okay. Yeah, courthouses are fine. The only thing that's not making it up are those police. Okay. So that's all. But we're missing steel. Yeah, understood. We just started constructing. What the fuck? Oh, it's like, I was like, unfinished road, 30 tons of steel. What? That's a bridge, okay. I get that, right? I get that. So we'll have the bridge, and then we will be able to start with Holešovice. So, have a nice day, and see you in the future. Bye bye.